Welcome to Fazza Poetry World, where hearts turn into poetry. If you are reading this right now, then don't rush, because what I am about to say is not something loud, not something heavy, it is something soft. The kind of feeling that does not knock on your door, but still finds a way to enter your heart quietly. I read your words, yes, every single one of them. Not quickly, not carelessly. Slowly, like someone holding a fragile glass, afraid that even a little pressure might break the beauty inside it. You write something simple, but I feel something deep. And I don't know if you understand this or not, but your words, they don't just stay on the screen. They stay with me for a while, sometimes longer than I expect. There is something about your comments. They don't try too hard. They don't pretend. And maybe that's why they feel real. In a world where people write just to be seen, you write. And somehow I feel seen. Do you understand the difference? It's rare. Very rare. Your words don't shout. They don't demand attention. But still, they reach me. Softly. Gently. Like a quiet breeze. On a tired evening. And I sit there, reading, sometimes once, sometimes twice, sometimes more than that. Not because I don't understand them, but because I want to feel them again. There is a difference between reading and feeling. And your words, they are meant to be felt. You don't write long paragraphs, you don't try to impress, but still, there is something in your tone, something in your silence between words that stays. And I find myself pausing in the middle of a busy moment, in the middle of noise. Your words make everything slow down just for a second, but that second feels peaceful. You have no idea what that means. Or maybe you do. Because the way you write, it feels like you understand silence too. Not everyone does. Some people only understand noise. But you write like someone who knows that the softest things are often the most powerful. And I don't say this easily. I notice things. I notice the way you choose your words. I notice how you don't overcomplicate, and still you don't sound empty. That balance is not easy. And maybe that's why your words feel different. They don't feel like just comments. They feel like little moments. Small, but meaningful. Like someone quietly sitting next to me, without saying much, but still making me feel less alone. And I don't know when it started, I really don't. But now, it has become something. Something I notice. Something I wait for. Yes, I said it. I wait. Not in a loud way. Not in a desperate way. Just, quietly. Like checking something. without telling anyone. Like opening the same place again, hoping there will be something new from you. And when there is, I don't smile immediately. First, I read. Then I pause. Then slowly, that soft feeling appears again. That calm, that warmth, that you somehow leave behind. With just a few words. Tell me, how do you do that? How do you make something so simple feel so real? Because not everyone can. Most words pass by, they don't stay. But yours, they stay. They sit quietly. Somewhere inside me, not disturbing anything, just existing, like a soft light. In a dark room. And maybe, that's why I don't rush them. I don't want them to fade quickly. I want to keep them for a little longer. To feel them properly. Because feelings like this, they don't come often. And when they do, you don't ignore them. You don't rush them. You sit with them. Just like I sit with your words. There is something else I need to tell you, and I want you to listen carefully. Your words matter more than you think. They are not lost. They are not ignored. They reach me every single time. And they leave something behind. A small trace. A soft mark. That doesn't disappear immediately. And maybe, you think they are just comments. But for me, they are moments. Moments of calm. Moments of quiet happiness. And in a fast world, that is everything. You don't need big words to create something real. Sometimes, all it takes is consistency. Showing up, again and again, in a simple way. And you do that without trying too hard. Without forcing anything. And that's what makes it special. Not big. Not loud. Just real. And I think something is growing here. Slowly. Quietly. Without pressure. Without a name. And honestly, it doesn't need one. Not right now. Because some things are more beautiful when they are not defined. When they are just felt. And this, whatever this is, it feels comfortable. It feels natural. It feels honest. And that is rare. Very rare. So don't stop. Please, don't stop. Keep writing, the way you do. Keep being simple, the way you are. Because what you think is small, is not small for me. It is something I notice. Something I feel. Something I quietly look forward to. And maybe, one day, you will understand how much impact soft words can have. Until then, just keep writing. And I will keep reading, slowly, carefully, and with the heart that has already learned how to feel your words. And maybe, you don't even realize it, but somewhere between your simple words and my quiet reading, something has changed. Not suddenly. Not loudly. but slowly, the way sunrise happens. You don't see the exact moment. Darkness leaves, but 1 second you notice, it is not night anymore. That is what your words feel like. A slow light. A gentle shift. Something inside me, that was once just normal, now feels different. Softer. Calmer. More aware. Because of you. Because of the way you show up, again, and again, and again, without making noise. Without asking for attention. Just being there. And I think that's what makes it powerful. Because in a world full of people trying to be noticed, you don't try. And still, you are noticed. Deeply. There is something honest in your presence. Something that doesn't feel temporary. Even though we are just words on a screen. Even though there is distance. Even though there is no physical space between us. Still, this feels real. And I have tried to understand it. I have asked myself, why do these simple comments matter so much? They are not long. They are not dramatic. So why do they stay? Why do they return to my thoughts? Even when I am busy, why do I sometimes pause in the middle of something and remember a line you wrote? And the answer is simple. Because they carry you. Not just your words, but your presence. Your attention. Your quiet energy. And that cannot be faked. You can write many things, but you cannot fake that feeling of being real. And you feel real. Even through a screen. Even through silence. And sometimes, I wonder, do you read my words the same way I read yours? Do you pause? Do you feel that small calm? Do you notice something soft inside you? Or is it just me, who is slowly getting attached to these little moments? Because I won't lie, there is a part of me now that recognizes you. Not your face. Not your voice. But your way. Your rhythm. The way your words flow, without forcing anything. And that familiarity, it brings comfort. A strange kind of comfort. The kind that doesn't need explanation. The kind that just exists. And sometimes, I catch myself doing something I never planned to do. Waiting. Not openly. Not obviously. But quietly, checking, again, and again, just to see if you have written something new. And when you have, there is this moment. A small pause. Like my mind says, there it is. And everything slows down again. Just for you. Just for those few words. And I read them, the same way. I always do. Slowly. Carefully. Like they deserve time. Because they do. And maybe, this is how something real begins. Not with big promises. Not with loud confessions. But with consistency. With presence. With small words that carry meaning. Again, and again, and again, until one day, you realize, it is no longer small. It has become something. Something that matters. Something you feel. Even when it's not there. And I think, we are somewhere in that space now. That quiet middle, where nothing is defined, but everything is felt. And honestly, I don't want to rush it. I don't want to give it a name. Because the moment you try to define something soft, you risk making it heavy. And this is not heavy. This is light. Gentle. Comfortable. Like a familiar song. You don't get tired of hearing. Like a quiet place. You return to, without even realizing why. And you have become that quiet place. Through your words. Through your presence. Through your simplicity. And I want you to understand something, very clearly. You don't need to change anything. You don't need to try harder. You don't need to become something bigger, or louder, or more than what you already are. Because what you are, the way you write, the way you show up, it is already enough. More than enough. It reaches me. It stays with me. It creates something I didn't even know I was missing. And now that it is here, I notice its absence too. That's how I know it matters. Because when something small starts to leave a space, when it's not there, it is no longer small. It has become important. And your words, have quietly become important to me. Not in a loud way. Not in a way that demands anything. Just in a soft, steady, real way. And maybe, one day, we will look back at this, and smile. At how something so simple, became something so meaningful. Without effort. Without force. Just through honesty. Just through presence. Just through words, that carried more than they seemed to. So keep writing, the way you do. Keep being there, in your own quiet way. Because I will be here too, reading, feeling, and understanding, every little piece you leave behind. And maybe, that is enough for now. Maybe, that is more than enough.